The high cost of textbooks is quite ridiculous, especially because you mostly only use a textbook for 1 year, one semester, and then sort of done with it, and you're never using it again.
Like me, people like me, by patalang school fees, it becomes too much and you can't afford it. You've got kids that are coming to varsity next year. So as a mature student, it's too much for me.
My textbook ayadura. I mean, the module I don't have a book because it costs about 1,000 rand. So like, I'll just do it online. Like, you book a video on YouTube because I afford it in what.
Students already have such a low budget as it is, and they're not earning a lot of income because of all the work we have to do. So to actually ask us or our parents to pay for such expensive books, it puts quite a toll on the students, you know.
No, they're very expensive, and some of them I don't think we even need them. They're just specified there.
Not every student basically the bazaar and they can buy those textbooks, something like that. So sharp, you see.
Doing 7 modules, with each module in a textbook, and I don't have none of those.
The number of modules I'm doing are 5, and I can only afford to get 3 textbooks for the 3 modules, and in the others I can't afford.
Like for example, in Kirikis are like 4 modules. I only have 1 textbook or no. Then that's it in say I no more
I'm doing 7 modules and I have none.
Yo.
I'm having for about 7 modules and then what is 3.
Most of the time I don't even use the whole textbook, it's just a couple of chapters here and there.
I don't like it. Our parents work very hard for this money and it just goes down the drain. Next thing, you only use this module for 1 semester. You don't need it for the next semester. And if you want to sell it as a second hand, they don't want it for a cheaper price, but now I bought it for a very expensive price. So textbooks are very expensive.
I think across all faculties it's a big issue. When I was looking at studying, I looked at a few different courses and what I would have to pick up in order to do those courses. And every single one of them has a textbook that's 500 pages big, and we don't use all of the information ever. So I feel like textbooks can be more efficient in the way that they deliver information, as well as the means by which it's delivered.
Well, it's a problem. Students are struggling out there, and especially people are using bursaries of which they can access, and they give you limited money. Imagine when you're using a bursary and then they tell you to go swipe there, and then you find the books are expensive, or else you could get them somewhere else at a cheaper price.
Last year I was using a bursary called GCRA. And the amount of money they gave me for textbooks there was not a lot, and I couldn't buy all my textbooks, and they paid me late. So that means I was behind on most chapters, and that impacted my studying in the beginning.
Not being able to afford textbooks has caused quite a bit of stress for me. I find myself looking for YouTube tutorials or something that can maybe replace the textbook. So it does take a bit of time and causes some stress.
It has constrained my budget, first of all. Psychologically, it impacts, you understand.
We already are stressing academically, financially, and then now textbooks, it actually drops academic level.
Textbook master like I guess clipper 100 straight, you see. Unlike because no if I tell a score 50% as long you see.
Not having access to proper textbook or material, study material, it is a stress to me because I can't focus, I can't finish anything in time. Sometimes I'll have to borrow, sometimes I'll have to go to the library, and I have minimum time to use it to my full access, yes.
When you borrow a textbook from the library, especially those highly wanted textbooks, you can only use them for 2 hours, you understand?
I'm depending on library, and most of the time you don't get them in the library. And about charge 250 library.
I feel like I would have performed better even on my first year if I was able to purchase textbooks in a lower price.
But problem ka library, if I don't bring the textbook, let's say Batlongfa, it's normally like 2 weeks, and I need it for like the whole semester again. And then if I don't work the books, they charge me to. The other day I had to pay 10 rands because I took it back late.
I think digital textbooks is the right way to go, simply because paper does cost a lot of money, and printing the books and distributing them adds a lot of extra cost to the process. And I think if you are able to work online, then why should you not have to? Like, why should you not be able to?
The internet is of use to us, like, with much things already, like our data is handled. So why can't we have simple data just to get textbooks that are accessible easily for anyone, like not just students, some people who don't have the means, just like us, because we're already on a low budget, just as Josh said, and we're already struggling as is. So to get textbooks on an affordable price, as long as it's digital, would be a-okay for us.
With digital textbooks, I feel like now when we evolving with time, it's actually a better thing, because students, we prefer studying with electronic devices. Like, for example, using a laptop, we don't get bored, you know. We don't get bored, we stay focused. Now with textbooks, it's actually stressing, going, opening thoroughly, you know, trying to find a certain chapter. It's already tiring on its own.
It's quite convenient because, you know, it's portable, you can just carry it in your bag, it's on your phone, on your tablet, unlike carrying a huge textbook.
Right now, I feel like it's the age of technology, so if you have something on your phone or your tablet, it's just easier to access. Yeah.
So it's quite nice studying in a way where you take part in the 4th Industrial Revolution instead of just living through it.
With buying per chapter, I feel like it's going to save, because if textbooks can tell you 3 things in 2 different chapters, wasting more than 15 pages, and that's just like time consuming also. So with something that just sends you per chapter, you know what you need to study, something that's going to give you all that's required, not what's not needed of you also.
It's amazing.
Great.
I think Illuminate is
The fact that you
amazing.
can buy a chapter, I love it. It's a great solution. I don't know why anyone hasn't thought about it sooner.
Exactly.
So thank God it's here.
Illuminate is the future, okay?
I think it definitely will make it more affordable, because they aren't printing as many pages and you aren't paying for as much content as you would be paying. And even if they divided the price of the chapters from the total price, you'd still be paying less than you would be for an entire textbook.
I think it will be a great solution, because really students would come from different backgrounds, and it's that way.
With Illuminate, I think it's actually going to help a lot of students. Personally, it is going to help me as well. Like I said, I won't have to carry a whole physical textbook around with, and again, it's not going to get stolen. I mean, if a memory stick gets stolen or gets lost, but then the digital textbook is still there on the device, I can still access it whenever I want.
I mean, Illuminate gives me hope, because sengiyazi ukuthi sengizokhona uku-afford my textbooks. I mean, stats and maths is a single module, but it needs for about 3 books. I mean, Illuminate helps me in that way, because sengizokwazi ukuthi ngidownloaded that chapter. I mean, all these books esiwathengayo, we need only 2 or 1 chapter. So sengizokhona ukuthi ngidownload a chapter and then like ngikhona ukusave nami, because we're struggling a lot.
So at least more na to choose our chapter, so this semester gets and choose so so yeah, it's more like helpful for Rona, and then can assist or achieve like re pass the hand lead marks, something like that, you see.
What I like about Illuminate is the cost effectiveness and the fact that you pay for what you need.
I would actually be one of the first people to actually buy the Illuminate app and actually get onto the app and try to buy my textbooks per chapter, because it's just ridiculous to be going through something that will waste your time rather than productively studying. Like I keep telling people, it's better to study smart than hard, because Illuminate is studying smart, so study smart, yo.
Kari generere movement wa Illuminate ri ḓo wana ri tshi khou vhala nga nḓila i takadzaho i fushaho nahone ine ya ḓo ri ṱuṱuwedza nga tshifhinga tshoṱhe.